We spoke with a priest about the group survivors of the abortion Holocaust last week. We continue the discussion this week with the director of the Abolitionist Society of Los Angeles.
That's right. It's a sensitive topic. Both sides of the issue feel very strongly about it. Abolitionist Society Director Arnold Davtyan joins us now. Why do you feel so strongly about this issue?
Mainly for the reason that innocent children are being taken to their death, where they are intentionally being killed or being dismembered. And so that's something that's just like I would care about an infant or a 2-year-old infant outside of the womb who's being taken to death or who's being assaulted, is in the same way I would care about a child inside of the womb who's being assaulted.
So what do you say to the issue that first of all, a woman should have the right to control her own body and her own life? How do you respond to that?
That's actually one of the more common objections as we're out on the streets in front of the abortion centers. What I would say is that, one, the child inside of the womb is not the woman's body. It's actually a separate human being ever since conception. You have a completely different human organism. So I would say that there's two human beings when a woman is pregnant.
And so from your perspective then, the woman has a responsibility to bring the child into the world regardless of her ability to care for or provide for the child?
Yeah, that's what I would say. Very much in the same way she would be responsible for the child outside of the womb. As a mother, she would be responsible for the child inside of the womb. One scenario I would bring up is, if we're consistent enough, if we take it to its logical conclusion, we say, well, a mother who has a 2-year-old child who's in has financial hardship or has issues with her health, whatever the circumstances may be, she's not justified in neglecting her child or harming her child.
So is there an issue with adoption after going through the pregnancy, or?
Yeah, I think women who, and again, this option is available for mothers caring for their children outside of the womb as well. If a mother can't care for her child, she can give it up for adoption. In fact, a lot of the times when we're in front of the abortion centers, we'll actually offer to take in their child at no cost to them.
So you have resources to allow women to do that, so they have a choice to go full term with the pregnancy.
They do. We've never had a parent who was willing to actually adopt or give their child up for adoption, but the offer is always there, and it's always at no cost to them.
And do you find that then you have an issue, just as the adoption agencies do, where people want to adopt certain children and they don't want to adopt other children with special needs, children of various ethnic and racial backgrounds? So now what you have are children being adopted who fit a particular profile, and other children who are left with no societal support whatsoever. And the parents can't take care of themselves, much less take care of children.
What I would say is that the families that are willing to adopt, and specifically the ones that when we were offering adoption ourselves, we know those families. Those families are screened, and those families they don't have a certain preference. Well, if their child has a certain skin color, I don't want to adopt that child. I think they care enough where regardless, they would care for any child, any age, any ethnicity.
Has your work prevented any abortion, you think? Have you had women come to you and say, thank you for delivering your speech or standing in the position that you do, I've decided to keep my child?
Yeah, definitely. We would say our primary goal is to bring God glory in the preaching of His word, to exalt Christ as Lord, and to plead for those children as a good Samaritan, loving our neighbor. And secondly, it is to focus on saving those children, and we've actually thrown a lot of baby showers for parents. We've bought groceries. We've tried to take care of whatever provisions that we can and resources to sort of get them up on their feet. Yeah.
So tell us, how do people get in touch with your organization?
Well, you can reach us on our website at www.ahallosangeles.com. And that's underneath the larger movement, abolitionist movement, which is www.abolishhumanabortion.com.
Complex issue.
Absolutely. Arnold, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
work and for for being.
Coming up, CCN Entertainment segment star Jordan Nutley brings us his Cineminute.
And his thoughts on digital TV shows you can catch online.